What is up, everybody, and welcome to another Pokemon Sun and Moon news video. Today, 2 new Pokemon were revealed via the Corrocorro scans for the month, and I cannot wait to go over them with you guys. This is going to be a shorter video today, but I want to throw in my theories about these 2 Pokemon and what they evolve into and things like that. I think you guys are going to be very interested in what I have to say about Koala, so please stick around for that. On top of that, there was a little bit of other news revolving around Zygarde, but I'm mostly going to focus on the new Pokemon because that's what appeals to me the most. Also, before we start, I'm going to be having my Alola region trailer breakdown in the near future. Unfortunately, when I recorded, I was having those audio desync issues I've been having as of late. I have to redo the video. That's why it's so late. But I wanted to jump on this first while it was still hot news, brand new. So without further ado, let's show off the first Pokemon, Koala, who I have the most theories about here. So many people have been dying to see a koala Pokemon for the longest time, and we finally have it. And you know what? I really like this design. Like, normally, Pokemon designs take a little bit of time to grow on me, like the new ones. But Koala, man, he looks so cute. He pretty much is just a normal koala hugging a stump. But he's sleepy, and he's got like the sideburns, and he's so adorable. I really am liking Koala. Now, that name will probably change in the near future. That's probably just the Japanese name, and we'll be getting the English version of the name eventually. But we'll wait and see. Koala is classified as the half-awake Pokemon. As you can tell, he's pretty much looks fully asleep to me, but okay. He's the half-awake Pokemon, and he's a pure normal type. So he's probably going to be one of those first route encounters that we see oh so often, you know, like Patrat and Rattata and things like that. So he's a pure normal type with the ability Definite Sleep, and I'm pretty sure that's a brand new ability that we're seeing right now, which prevents it from being affected or afflicted with other status ailments other than sleep. So he can't get burned, he can't get T-waved, he can't get toxic, which is incredible. And you can already see that this thing is going to have some moves catering to sleeping, like Sleep Talk and things like that. Maybe even I can see this thing getting Belly Drum. I know that doesn't really have to do with sleeping, but it's just something I want to throw in there. So some of my theories and ideas for what this thing could evolve into, if it does evolve, which I'm sure it will evolve at least once. I can see it being a psychic type, and I think a lot of people are kind of leaning toward that route, and that's because he kind of seems like a Drowsy in some ways. Like, I look at him and I think of Drowsy for some reason, but a lot of sleeping Pokemon kind of fall into that that psychic category, like Drowsy and Hypno and things like that. So anyways, that's not what I think for this dude, though. At least that's not what I hope for this dude, because he looks so cool. For me, this would be the ideal thing for him. This is my theory. See that stump he's holding? When he evolves, he's going to use that stump as a WARDRUM. And he's either going to be like a normal fighting type, or he might still be that normal psychic and kind of be like a, you know, a Zen monk koala who also has a WARDRUM. I think it would be super cool idea. Or he could be a big buff fighting type with a WARDRUM. I can see it happening because that stump doesn't look like an ordinary stump to me. It definitely looks like some sort of like WARDRUM, in my opinion. And if you think about this first town where we're probably gonna be encountering this thing on the first route, that is, it's very tribal themed in a sense. You kind of have like the more huttish buildings, along with the tiki statues, and that, you know, that it had like tribal markings on this this platform in the center. You get kind of a very tribal theme, and one of those things that you kind of get with that is WARDRUMs. And I hope that's okay for me to say, but yeah, that's something that I think of. Like, you think of the tikis, the totem poles, the WARDRUMs, when you think of like kind of like that tribal essence. And that's what I get from this thing, and I really think that when he evolves, that stump will become a WARDRUM, and I can't wait to see that if I'm right. Let me know what you guys think down below about that. Alright, so stop the video right there, guys. I came up with this really cool idea as I was picking my laundry. I was thinking about Koala and his name, because normally Pokemon names are the combination of 2 things. And as I was thinking about Koala's name, walking down the street, I thought of this game that I haven't thought about in the longest time, called The World Ends With You. In this game, there was a main character named Neku. And that sounds a lot like Nekuwala, right? And normally Pokemon takes like two things and combines them together to make the Pokemon's name. So Neku was this dude who wore headphones and always was listening to music. I don't think his fighting had to do with music, but there was always really cool music playing in the background. He always was like snapping his fingers during the battle scenes and after, stuff like that. So he definitely had a lot of stuff to do with music. And so I was like, well, that's kind of like a coincidence. I was just talking about war drums, which is sort of a form of music in this koala. And I started thinking about it, how their names were very similar. So I decided to look it up, and the name Neku actually means the person who controls sound. So not saying for a fact that that is going to be the case, but I think it's some pretty cool evidence, and I'm starting to believe that maybe Nekuwala will have a war drum. I think it would be really cool. Let me know what you guys think down below. But yeah, so Neku, the one who controls sound, mixed with a koala, and boom, you have it, a war drum koala. So pretty cool, guys. All right, back to the video. The only other thing that I can see this thing turning into is a normal grass type and getting like grass whistle and aromatherapy and things like that. He looks like he could become a grass type. That tree maybe might grow some moss and the moss might go onto his body or something along those lines. Who knows? This could even be, crazy theory, the next Eevee of sorts, where maybe you like put on a, you can either evolve him with a grass stone. You can either evolve him at a leaf, a mossy stone. What are those things called? Where you evolve Leafy on or whatever. Like if you evolve him there, he turns into this grass type, or if you don't, he stays normal type or something like that. That could be kind of cool. Something like that. But I want the War Drums koala. I think that would be sick. Please let me know what you think about that down below. Moving on, because I spent enough time on Nekuwala, because I think he is just absolutely incredible no matter what happens with him. Moving on, we've got Iwanko, which I believe that's definitely a Japanese name, and it'll change as time goes on. But he is a rock type puppy Pokemon who can get the ability Vital Spirit or Keen Eye. So I'm liking this. So Pokemon usually sticks to the formula where rock types look like rock types. Like, you know what I mean? Psychic types, I guess it's kind of harder with psychic types, but you still kind of get the idea, like the theme of it. When you see a psychic type, you know it's a psychic type. You know what I mean? They don't often stretch out of that kind of confined mindset of this needs to look like a rock type. That being said, you can definitely see subtle hints of rock type in him. Like his ears almost look like they're not natural. They look like they're harder than the rest of his body. Like he looks furry, and then his ears look like they're almost made out of stone. And then around his neck, where his collar is, he's got like almost looks like rocks as well right there. So you can definitely see the rock typing, and I like this from Pokemon. I like that he doesn't clearly come out and say, hey, I'm a rock type, guys. Because if you look at him, you think, hey, he could be a normal type, he could be a ground type maybe, or something like that. But yeah, rock type is kind of surprising, and I like that about that, because Pokemon's trying to get out of that mindset of trapping themselves into this creative wall. That being said, Pokemon, you know, they're come up with some of the most creative ideas out there, but still, I like that. I like that about this dude, and I can see him evolving, and those rocks around his collar and his ears kind of spiking out, you know. A lot of times dogs are named Spike. I feel like that's kind of like a common dog name, and I feel like maybe those rocks, they kind of grow out a little bit of his neck and become these pointy like rocks, and he gets a little bit bigger and stuff like that. Yeah, I think he's cool. There's not too much to say about this dude right here, but I do like him a lot. We did get a sneak peek of him in the Alola region trailer in the corner. If you had looked out for him close enough, you would have seen this dude's back sprite. So very, very cool. Cannot wait to use him either. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think about the 2 new Pokemon revealed. Let me know what you think about the War Drum theory. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys all in the next Pokemon Sun and Moon news video. Please go ahead, shield bash the like button down below. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Till then, stay frosty. Peace out.